Hey guys, today I have a quick unboxing and review of the Skytech Quadcopter. This is sold by a company called Holystone on Amazon. The model number here is M62 aircraft. This is a mini quadcopter, as you can see. It features a 6-axis stabilization system, and it also does 360. You can see there's the remote control. This is very typical of this style. A lot of companies make small one like this. So at the bottom here we have some warning information. Not much at all, so let's just go ahead and open this up and see what's going on. So look what we have here, the instruction manual, and then we have a little bit of feedback card right here to the side, and we have the unit itself here. So here is the remote control. Look like an Xbox 360 remote control, roughly in about same size. So guys, everything you see up front. So guys, everything you see here is what comes in a package. You got the quadcopter itself, remote control. You have a 512 megabyte memory card. So it's a small memory card with the card reader. Screwdriver to take it out of the box, and also to remove the screw at the bottom that hold the battery. It used 4AA, by the way. You have a 4 set of blade guard, and then you have 2 little small leg here, and you have a little small USB charging cable. You have 4 set of additional blades here. You have a little wrench here to open something, and then you have the battery itself. So here is the quadcopter itself, as you can see, by the company Holystone. It's a very small quadcopter. There's my hand. I have a medium-sized hand, as you can see, kind of give you an idea. And what really surprised me about this quadcopter is, check this out. At the bottom, you have a camera. It's kind of crazy that something this small would have a little built-in camera. That's what the memory card is for. You can stick it in here and then you can record it. And there's a little switch here to open the latch to install the battery. Oh, so there is 2 batteries. One is in here already, and there's additional one right now. So that's the battery in there. So you can see here is the controller diagram. So all these buttons do something. They are not labeled, unfortunately. It's kind of hard to tell, but you know, play with it for a little bit and you get used to it. It's a pretty standard setup for these small controllers. So you have your on-off button here to the version on that side, high and low speed mode setup, throttle control over here, and then direction control over here. And then you have these fine-tune direction. You have take videos and take pictures on your side, and then you also have the fine-tune 11 right on your side. So I'm going to charge it up and play with it and show you guys in action. So guys, I've been using the Skytech mini quadcopter for the past 2 weeks or so, and so far it's able to manage it very well. I am definitely an amateur flyer and I do crashes quite often. I found that these little blade guard here, they do help. They do not damage your blade, but they just clip into here and they fall out all the time. So you know, instead of your blade hitting the grass or a tree, these things will hit it and it will just fall out, and then you constantly have to put them back in. And they do make the quadcopter a little bit more ductile, so you're going to get a little bit less movement out of it, but at the same time it will protect your quadcopter. I found they were quite annoying because I constantly had to put them back on because I constantly crashing them, so I just ended up not using them. So the blade here, when you hit them on the ground or you hit it on grass, you hit them hard enough, the blade will just fly off, and then you just have to put them back on. And you can see here, some of these blades are a little bit damage. I have gotten just stuck on the tree now 3 times. One time at work, one time in the park, and one time near my house. At least in my house I have a pole to break it down. At the park I end up had to climb the tree to get it down. It's because of the small size of this quadcopter. It's very susceptible to small wind. At the part, it was roughly between 6 to 8 miles per hour wind, and it was blowing this thing all over the place. I found that putting it in high speed mode, which is pressing this button, I believe, it will make a beep, and then you're in high speed mode. And in high speed mode, it's a lot easier to control because it seems like you get a lot more power, and it bangs a lot faster. So I found that high speed mode is very fun, but it's also the mode that got me stuck in the tree. So far it falls a lot, hit the pavement a few times, hit the tree a few times. You can see here, chip paint is all chipped. but the feet has held up very well, has not fallen out at all. So usually when this quadcopter fall out of the sky or when it's crashing, it's going to end up upside down, and just remember to kill the throttle, you're not damaging anything. On the remote control here, I do notice that you can actually do a 360 flip, so it'll do a flip over and in any direction. It'll do a roll basically, and to do that you press this button and then you move your stick and it'll do the roll. But only if you're in turn mode. So when you turn it on, it's going to be in that roll mode. If you want to do videos, even though the video controls are over here, the video start here and the pictures here, you can't start those unless you switch into video mode, which is a little bit odd to me because consider these are dedicated key anyway. I'm not sure why you had to be in video mode, but in order to record stuff you basically have to go click this until it turn blue here, then you can start recording, and then you can switch back to the roll mode so you can roll at the same time and the video can still be recorded. You can see here from the diagram of the unit here, it'll tell you that the middle key here you have to switch it in order to do video. But if you notice, the up and down key here are for videos, and with those keys, you know, you don't really need to be dedicated. There's no other key to map them to, so I don't understand why you had to swap it out of that mode. But anyway, the menu is pretty detailed, a lot of instruction. This is the menu for the quadcopter itself, the M62, and there's also another menu for just the remote. It's called the M62R. So overall, I have a lot of fun using this quadcopter. The great thing about something this small is that it's very versatile and it's very aerobatic, so you can do a lot of cool tricks with it, and it flies really fast, really far. I don't have any way to measure it, but I went up really high when this quadcopter out in the park, and you know, to a point where I can't really barely see it, and I had to bring it back down. From the camera, if you go out roughly about 100 feet, you can't see it anymore, but I'm able to go over 150 feet with this guy and still have connection. I have not once lost connection. Usually I crash it before that happened, but so far it's a pretty good range on this guy. I was kind of impressed. The cameras, you can see from the footage I included, I'm not sure how the camera look. I doubt it. This has a really nice high quality, but I did took some video of it trying to give you an idea of what the footage of this camera is. It's kind of interesting that this tiny little quadcopter has a camera on it. One more thing I want to point out that might be helpful for you. When you install this battery, there is a place at the bottom here. So what I do first is I put the battery in, and then after that I tuck the cable in and I push this cable, the plug here at the bottom here, and that's the space for it. At first I was trying to show it and it was really complicated, but now that I've done it plenty, batteries in first, push the cable in the side, and then push the plug at the bottom area, and that really helps. And everything stays in place because there's a little lock here and keep everything in place. They say they rate about 5-6 minutes of playtime. If I fly easily, I could get another 8, 9, 10 minutes. They do give you a lot of different extra plays just in case you lose them, but so far these are a little bit of damage a little bit, and so the quadcopter tend to drift a certain direction, but I just use the trim to fix that. But other than that, it works really well, and I really enjoy this quadcopter. Overall, it's a very easy thing to fly. However, you want to do it in really no wind condition. If there's just a little bit of wind, it's going to be pretty tough to fly this guy. You constantly have to be adjusting stuff with it. Also, you can fly this indoor, but just be really careful because, you know, these kind of toys require a lot of space. I fly around the warehouse where I work, and it seems to work okay, but it's much better outdoor and it's a lot more fun. Also, it's because it's so small, just be really careful as you're playing with it, because it only takes about a few seconds for it to be completely gone out of your range and you can't even see it or what direction the orientation is heading. And it gets stuck into you really easy because it's a very small quadcopter. As soon as it hits a branch or something, you're gone. You have to go get it. So just be careful how you play with this thing. So I hope your short little review helped you in your purchase decision. If you have any question, please let me know in the comment below. And as always, stay tuned for future review. Thank you.